Perfect.
All right.
And then you want to share screen with this PowerPoint.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right. And then Carlos. Oh, wow, you almost had it.
He has 50 million persons. I will never find this PowerPoint.
We got a couple. We got two prizes. Too late. Oh, he's too late. Sierra, come on.
They're like, why did you have to have 50 million windows?
So, somewhere it said, here you go, sweetie. Y'all walk in here. Anything you need. Somewhere it said that icebreakers, it makes you meet somebody new. We've got people that are visiting, and you guys have got to get used to talking to people you don't know.
I thought I was bad.
I'm gonna loosen everybody up before we get started.
The orange
You done yet?
there.
Can I have my screen?
Yep. You mind coming here 1 second, Merrill?
Huh?
Can you come here 1 second? Which one did you save your PowerPoint to?
Oh, did I hear this?
Oh, okay. That's all.
And then just.
Thank you. Here we go.
All right, so I believe somebody said we had some visitors. Could y'all stand up so I can see who you are? And real quick, tell me your name and where you came from. So I know you, but go ahead and tell everybody that.
My name is Keith.
Okay, wonderful. Newly coming into real estate. How about you, sir?
Delvin Barfield.
Okay,
No, she did. I didn't.
No,
That's the word. And.
Awesome. Y'all see how many people are there? Come on, Tracy. Who else is standing? Anybody else standing? Okay, awesome. You guys are welcome. Thank you for joining us over here in the Wild Wild West today. We got something for you.
Well, but that you love me, yeah. Something. Tell me that you like it, yeah. What you're known to say. There was 48 hours to each day. You ain't been love like Tell me that you love me, yeah. Tell me that you like it, yeah. You ain't got no kind of feeling inside. So
Let's have a couple of testimonials from this past weekend. Who participated in the Paint the West Red? All right, come on. I'm sorry, I did lost record. Come on, tell us.
Saturday and Sunday, I had a lot of, people come into the home and everything. I want to say that one of the biggest highlights is just doing the door knocking actually before you get into the open house. And I had a lot of people come in from the door knocking activities. It was really, really great.
Who else had something? Who else participated? Come on, Tashma. Great.
Exciting part of an initiative to be able to do like I did a quick video and to be able to say, hey, we're bringing over 50 open houses to the area. And don't let the media please, people are out buying. It was exciting and people definitely came through to the open house I had. Fellow Asians and, showcase their listings, so we get these things moved. But I was really excited and proud to be a part of it. It felt good, everybody was out. And I don't know, I don't know, I saw the video. It was all. It was. I'm like, you need a car. We're like, man, I'm not doing that's what we need to get out here and be excited about moving these out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Taking you that, let's say.
Oh, I have another thing.
Oh, hey, what's up? What's your name?
Everybody else, John, on the home.
Wonderful. Come on.
I didn't participate, but this is too big not to share. So one of the agents that I coach, on our coaching call yesterday told us that she got a cash buyer that's looking for $350,000 to $500,000 off of her Paint the House Red open house. that she did.
That's awesome. So you guys, they say open houses don't work. That's a lie. See? A whole lie. All right, Gabby, where's Gabby? Where'd she go? Gabby, come here. We want to have the forecast on Zoe. What's up? What's up?
I'm full time.
Oh.
And still working.
So, Zoe, get that now. All right, we have some birthdays, in March, that are coming up. A few have already passed. If it was your birthday, just stand up, or if it's gonna be your birthday in March, let's see who these people are. And people. All right, thank y'all. And then while we were at family reunion, there was one special.
You're a bad girl.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Where did the music go? Back up. Where is she?
I need it back. Get me back. Now I see what I'm wrong. Oh, wanna call everyone say, but say it my name. I did it. Show. She take that hypnotic drug. There ain't much more I can.
All right, can y'all believe we have been around like launching, and it's been a whole year that we've got people with an anniversary? Wow. So we were the early adopters before we had the bill, before we have anything, you know, what's good going on with what? Right. Okay. All right. All right, and in the month of February, you guys, we have all of these people to join our market center in the Wild Wild West. And this is longer, if you're here, hold up, and let us get you. Hey. And we already had a few to add, on, since the beginning of March, so please just growing, keep bringing your friends.
Listen, I can't tell my business. But when I tell you, Mimi Bird, because see, I'm so used to being on this island by myself, and I'm always the one that helps, pours, gives, souls. And God is showing me that I've not been in a position to receive because I haven't been open. And he's really been opening my eyes to my need to understand my need for others. And little Miss Mimi has been able to break through this hard shell. And get me told and tell me about myself, which I'm really, really grateful for. And then make me be open to something that I had a great need for, but I had to humble myself and share the fact that I had a need. And in sharing that, she was like, well, we need to do this. And I'm like, she's like, no, we need to do this. We ain't doing that. And when I opened myself up and allowed her to make that move for me, something.
Mimi. Yeah, we are a family up in here, and you just don't know what people are walking around with. You have something, Jen?
I do. I just want to congratulate this office because we have double production, not like we have scored like double. 200% increase in production in the office month over month. So great job. Coach Dina knows I'm very hard on coming in and doing the work. For the agents who have been coming in and doing the work, I am beyond excited for you guys because I was normally like looking at our numbers after double. So great job, you guys. Everybody today, baby, so something in the office, show me nothing else.
All right, Jerome Jackson from Southeast Mortgage, come share your word with us. Y'all give him a hand as he comes.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I wanted to share information in regard to you guys being agents and using the tools that you have to do what you want. And first of all, let me say that as agents, when you're purchasing a home, this is a dual career agents or agents who actually have their taxes prepared properly. But don't write up everything. If you want to purchase a home, if you're going conventional, we don't care about what you write off. But if you're going FHA or VA, we're gonna ask for tax return. So if you make $300,000 and write off $290,000, you won't be getting a home if that's your only source of income. But properly prepared, if your taxes are prepared, let's just back up a little bit. If you're a dual career agent and you make $120,000 and you write off $20,000 because of expenses, you should be fine to purchase a home. But if you write up all of your income as an agent, it deducts from your income as a salaried employee. So you won't be getting a home. So properly prepare your taxes, educate your self-employed borrowers to prepare their taxes properly, because it's a horrible thing that people won't sometimes be able to afford it, but on paper you can't. But definitely, if you have any questions in regard to what your income needs to be, just give me a call. Office is over there. Also, when we're in Vegas, I was sharing with some of your colleagues that at the table having lunch that there's ways to use your platform to purchase for yourself, whether it be, primary residence, self-employed, second home or investment property. So, for instance, if you have, you're buying a $300,000 second home in Florida, right? You can claim, the seller, they're willing to pay 6%.
Yeah.
You can use, it's second home, so you gotta put it on 10% minimum. Well, the guidelines state that primary residence and second home, the seller can contribute up to 6%. So you can use your 3% from the buyer side, your 3% from the seller side, the 6% that the seller is contributing, the roughly around $42,000 that your investment would be. But you're using your commission and the seller's contribution. You're buying a home, second home for maybe $4,000 or $5,000. So use your resources to get what you want. You don't necessarily have to have liquidity to get the home, if you're an agent, and if the circumstances are in your favor. Try to use it. If you're on both sides, you all do dual agency.
Not dual, but you may be designated and be on both sides.
Okay, so, if you're able to use the commission, if each gives you a letter saying, okay, this is gonna be your commission, you can apply it for the down payment and closing costs, use the seller's closing costs, and minimize what you have to bring to the closing. The reason I use second home, you do that on investment, but you can't, but the max seller contribution in investment is 2%. So same thing applies, with the seller contribution can only be 2% max. But still, when you're using that information, I mean, what you can potentially earn, you're basically not having to front your own money, you're just using your own commission.
How much down on investment property? You said 6% down.
10%, but it's still deduct greatly from what you would be granted. If you're maxing out everything, that's 14%. I'm sorry, that's 8%.
What's the difference between a second home and an investment property to the lenders? I didn't know.
Typically 100, but, Delonica is downtown Atlanta, which is probably only 60, 70 miles, but Delonica is a vacation area, Blue Ridge, Lake Lanier.
Okay.
I mean, lately, if you buy a house on the lake, it's really not far from downtown, but, it can't be Buford and then Cummings, but it can be Cummings and downtown, Cummings and Southridge. It's only 50, 60 miles, but it makes sense because vacation or resort area or somewhere on some visit often. So a lot of people out of state buy second homes here, real second homes, as long as because they have grandkids down here, they come down here, they can kind of get in hotels, they're people, and they can come down, stay in the house once a month for a couple of days, go back. As long as Fannie Mae does not see that listed for rent, you're good within the first year. You're good. But after the first year, you can do whatever. Yeah, you have to have the occupancy. There can't be any occupancy for 12 months mandate. One more quick thing. I think that's in the school.
Okay,
All right.
thanks for Durham. Always coming with good, valuable, useful information, right? Jackie, come on up. Let's hear from Jackie with McMichael and Gray. How you doing this morning?
Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Tuesday.
Tuesday. Come on.
Okay, Wednesday. All right, so again, I'm Jackie Reeves, I'm your agent service representative. Of course, when I come in, it's always, hey, if you have any questions about closing, how can I close, or hey, how could we close better on some transactions I've been speaking to people, so we always say, no, isn't that right, Adrian? All right. So is everyone here with Keller West or no? No.
We have a few visitors.
So I want to make sure that I let everyone know. So anyone that's dedicated to this particular market center here, your email address to email us is always kwwest@mgg.law. If you are not with this market center, you have questions, you want to close with McMichael and Gray, you have any legal questions for our attorney, your email address would be www.mmg.law. Okay, we do have one for kids. I have literature if you need any of that. Also, too, everyone get excited. March 14th, we will have a CE class about Airbnb. Please, if you all want to attend, come see me, or also I have some flyers that I'm here as well. Okay, so please, you all come out March 14th, Airbnb CE class. All right. Any questions for me? You sure can. You have it all ready. If anyone else want to apply here, I'm gonna take it to the start. Merrill's gonna get you. All right. And I'll have some more in the back for the for those who don't get them. Take some right here. Y'all have them all around. There you go. All right. Thank you all so much. I'm looking forward to see you all soon. All right.
Thank you, Jackie. So I wanted to just show real quick a couple of just snippets of what family was doing. Sort of what.
Yeah, it's a kid of victory moments, so I ain't going. I'm stopping to get that trophy. You know what's the game. Go home and finish strong. We don't. Finish strong.
Like, could you like see the end of the people? Looking, you couldn't even see the end of them. Right? Yeah. So this was day 2 in the beyond what you would imagine.
I've never seen so many excited people to hear the most boring presentation. I've seen it. I believe it. I have my
What was
dream
in
and
the
achievement.
office?
I believe that we.
Anybody know? Cool. Did y'all enjoy it? We love that. And from being there, you guys are. But it said you touch it and you get charged. And I'm not lying. Okay. So, real quick. Did it go off? Let's see. All right, let's have, let's have these people, whoever is here, come and fill these chairs for me. These were our delegates that attended the conference. Come on, y'all got a text. Y'all know who you are. Come on.
You know,
Take all the chairs, as many as we can fill for this first go around, and then we'll give everybody else a chance. You can have this chair a little bit. Come on. Who else is coming? We just got Adrian. Adrian can stand with me. He's the only man. Okay, so listen, you guys. Here's what come on over here with me, Adrian. So where's Selena? We'll call you up in a minute. So Toshma, I emailed everybody questions and just, you know, take a couple of minutes and just share from what I shared with you. And my purpose in doing this is that we, you know, everybody did not go. There were some people that are planning to go next time. And is this something that you guys feel like there was value in you going?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. And so Toshma, you share, you know, what your experience was and share just a tidbit with us.
Awesome. I'm Toshma Graves, and this May will be my 9th year here at Merrill. 9th year in business. And this was my fifth family meeting. I will say overall, I'm just gonna be very candid with you, I was absolutely overwhelmed. Like, as much preparation as we had, first of all, there was, what, 18,000? And I'm not afraid of that, but it was overwhelming. As much as we prepared, I still wasn't prepared. One thing I will suggest to people, when you make this commitment to go, make sure you have the everything in place. And I think that's what I felt this trip more than any other trip. I'm going to the boat team, and I didn't have proper leverage back here, and everything that could go left went left. So I was in classes all day, and then networking at night, and then working on contracts late at night and early in the morning. So, it is very hard. Have leverage. Time block time. So if you're hearing that over and over again, please. With that said, it was super exciting. I remember, Merrill, the doctor, definitely over the hurdles. So I'm nowhere near that. But when I tell you, I met someone that I've already made $17,000 from last year, just in referrals, and that was the first time we met them. I met them in person, that we had done business, like on hands. So even the money that I spent, and I had gotten a name from a reunion the year before. So it's serious, like if nothing else, you go and you meet people that can help you move your business. And you can show your clients how to literally have partnerships all over the world. So you don't have to call anybody else for these. Like that's powerful. And it's useful in that business, because all we did was vet them properly and wait for the check. The one thing I'll wrap up what I feel like I got from this season aspect outside of being it's just so much here.
Yes.
I am ADHD, so diagnosed. So it's hard for me to sit down for a long period of time, really long period. I read 100 pages of this on the phone. And when I tell you this thing is powerful, because the MREA book, and again, I'm just speaking from me. The MREA book to me is like a Bible. It's really but when I tell you the first thing I did was open up this playbook, and it truly is, and I'm more than welcome to share with anybody that's interested. Like literally the first chapter was assess your database, and it gives you like 1, 2, 3. This is how you make sure your database is actually making money for you. That was kind of so. Seriously, if anybody wants to, connect and converse and bring serious telling me, just how much money my database is truly capable of making for me, and how much it's actually making, because I haven't gotten in here like I'm supposed to. Like, again, that alone, and I got this book for $10. I don't know how much cost retail, but it was something for $10.
It's $10. Yeah, it's $10 on here.
Look at the link. For my travelers, I know Deanna's here, she travels, those are like real world travelers. How many of y'all know, plan a trip and everybody and their mama will decide they want to buy a house together, right? Right now. That's the way it works. So some people that say, oh, I can't afford to go, I can't. Just plan a trip. We'll put a deposit on it, and I promise you, I had 4 people within 48 hours of me. I'm trying to do laundry. I'm trying to see what is going to be warm and not warm, because the weather was crazy. Y'all, we didn't even see, I never stepped outside of the hotel, did y'all? We never went outside of the hotel. Oh, I never left the hotel.
Didn't have a desire to step outside.
Right.
Because there. So much going on, and you were exhausted by the time they said, okay, stop.
Right, right. And then we kept going anyway.
Well, no, just real quick, that the book is it's on sale on that website for $10.
KWRedLabel.com. So you guys, there was some creative, usually the ladies have all this. I don't have these around, because these were things that people put in my hand to make themselves distinct. This one has some sanitizer in his little bag, so just pass it around. Oh. There you go. This one here has a little thing of breast mints. How many of y'all know we need a mint? And it says, we were meant to be referral partners. I like that one. And then pass it around so people can see it. And then the other girl came and brought me this one, and it's one of those little ring pops. And she said, I'm proposing to you. You know, that, we're going to be, isn't that neat? You know, and maybe you remember who she is, though, right? So pass that down and make it go over there. So people came prepared and they put things obviously together before they got there, so that when they encountered you on the elevator or wherever, they gave you something that you would remember them by with the business card. Regina.
And that plays right into what we can do with door knocking.
It does.
Simple strategies work the same way.
That are really inexpensive, and you can go on Amazon or something and get this stuff in bulk, right? And really make it so you can stand out. Okay, Tasha, what was your one thing? Okay, pick one.
Okay,
We may come back to you.
Okay, but I'll just say, I think I'll start out like this. If we look around this room, how do we see each other? I think a lot of times we look at each other as competition, but in our conference, we learned that competition in Latin actually means to conspire. And that means that we should be conspiring together to take over this market. And really, the person sitting next to you can obviously be the next person to give you a level up in whatever your next transaction may be. So the way they spoke about actually just coming together as units versus trying to be just out here on your own as single agents and thinking that we have to do it by ourselves is actually more helpful to sit and talk and discuss and collaborate with one another. Another thing that was big for me, just like Todd, was obviously overwhelming for a first time. I'm only 20 months into real estate. But it's been a fantastic ride so far, but to see that they had something for, if you were 3 months into people who were 25 years in, there was a platform for everybody to be serviced, and from that, I taking away the pain points of our climate and actually being of service in every way. The different techniques that they gave on these different platforms, we were blown away thinking that we had it down pat. These people are, they have ideas and suggestions that they are doing on different levels where you would not even think of. So just to know that there's room for growth in everything that we're doing was absolutely amazing. I also share leverage. I thought that I was being away because little old me, I thought that I had it all under control, and I did have one person here on the ground, but when I say everything went wrong, all the way down to a tree falling on into one of my listings, these people, it's fire after fire after fire. So if you think that being new or old, leverage is the key, we can afford it. We can make it happen, talk to each other, collaborate, communicate. We need each other. That's what I was like. One of the best things that I learned.
That was one of the biggest things for me, and during the Black Real Estate Networks event, when Rod Williams and Richard and Charles and Trey talked about collaboration. So you guys, these are 4 guys in 4 different cities and states that really didn't know each other. And they met at family reunion, probably around the same age, family people with spouses and children and so forth. And so they had these things in common. They didn't know each other. And so they met, and somebody had the idea to invite everybody to let's go have a dinner and sit and talk.
he was the accountability. Strong arm said that he did not play. These four guys,
Right.
they met at the conference. They knew nothing about one another. They had followed each other on social
Mhm.
media and everything. And this guy pulled together, he sent out an email to say, hey, let's meet up. I want us to, figure out everything that we talked about at the conference.
Right,
They built a family of four,
right.
accountability.
And they
are
travel.
all- And they travel, and they are all now mega agents with teams, and these are things that literally just happened. It's not,
Right, I remember
it's not
when they
years
met.
old, like these guys are just now getting started, and they have already leveraged in their cities to where they are now. It was
Right.
absolutely amazing.
That was the most impactful thing for
Exactly.
me.
That's what
to see
I'm
that.
talking about network. To me, I look at AWS as our home. But even at being home, there's a world outside of us.
Mhm.
There are some connections that's gonna take place outside of this building.
Right,
And we have to take advantage of those. Don't get stuck here.
right.
Move away from home, connect, hold hands, communicate. This is not the end. This is just our start. There's a world outside of real estate that we have not touched, or people that we have not connected with. So always come home, but enjoy the world
Right.
outside of that. And stand out and communicating. One thing that I did, just like Merrill said, with the net things, I didn't do any of that. I did t-shirts, I did shoes, where the conversation started. If you're
Right.
an introvert,
You see that?
people are gonna approach you. because I'm-
Jocelyn, where's your bag?
I'm
Oh,
natural.
Jocelyn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your bag.
Yes.
It's backpack.
You didn't bring it? Y'all, she had a backpack that had a TV screen on it.
Oh, nice.
It had her name scrolling across the back of it with her phone number.
If you have a difficult time starting a conversation, where your conversation to? It forced the people to say something.
To you.
I not only did not do one, so I got three out there, that's from top that I wore, that said, that were blinged out, that said sold, had keys on them, had agent on them, and everybody wanted to know, where, who even thinks of something like that? I was coming up the escalator, somebody was reading my shirt. Tasha, I turned around, I think I need to have your card. And then the last encounter, I was with Merrill, and we were actually getting ready to go pack up. And this lady came to me, she said, I've been watching you for a few days, and I'm finally coming to you. She said, but your oral makes me feel like I should be in connection with you. And didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
And you just never know like who is watching you and who's the first to have the conversation, but she finally came, we're connected, she's from Tennessee, we're meeting next week in order to exchange clients, so it worked,
I love it.
it worked.
Yes, go ahead.
Hey y'all, everybody who does not know me, I'm Lakeisha, I'm your broker here at KW, with, just to piggyback on what Tasha said about having leverage, especially when you're trying to vacation, as your broker, I beg you, please, have someone in charge of your business when you're on the vacation, you deserve a vacation, you deserve to be disconnected from your business to rejuvenate yourself for a couple of days and get back to you, and not try to be on the beach with your family and taking a call from a seller because they mad because somebody left the light on. Like, you need to have someone. Right. You need to have someone, and you can pay an agent. There's a lot of newbie agents running around here that don't have a lot of business. Pay them to watch over your business. I am a real traveler. I do a vacation note spreadsheet when I leave, because I have an operations manager. She knows every file, she knows every client's name, phone number, email address, the co-op agent that I'm co-oping with, the lender that they're working with, and where they are in the midst of the transaction when we leave. It's a spreadsheet sent to her before I leave. Very detailed. I encourage y'all to do the same thing.
Okay, Jocelyn, I'm anxious to hear Because she brought her husband too, and he had a backpack too. With her name and her phone number, and as they walked, you were reading.
Right.
Talk about it.
So morning, everybody. My name is I am pretty much a new age spirit. This is my very first family reunion. It was absolutely amazing. It was absolutely exciting. Merrill had said, yes, we came up with the book bag. So basically on the book bag, it had the color was a logo on it. It had like some keys that was switching back and forth. It had my information on it, my telephone number on it, and it also said I love referrals. So as I was walking around, literally everybody was just kind of stopping me and was like,
Okay.
I want to say I probably got over like 100 cards just based on just walking around with this book bag. So it was really, really great. In reference to, I also had like mints as well. So I did like the little trick packs and I put like we're meant to work together. I also had pins and everything. So I was passing all this information out.
She was ready, y'all. First time.
Yeah.
Not on a national level, people on an international level.
Right.
So I met people from Spain and Italy, from the Bahamas, from Bermuda, like everyone. So it was, like I said, it was just so amazing to be in the midst of that. For me, I want to say my people from the event was all of the breakout session as a new agent. It was just so much. I want to over so much information. One of my, I'll say there's two events that was really kind of stood out to me. One talked about like AI, like utilizing AI in your business strategy. I am definitely a ChatGPT girl. I love it, but I love the way they talk about how you integrate ChatGPT with Canva. Those people can help you in the marketing. So I really love that session. And then the other one that I really enjoyed. This one was about the young lady that was talking about how she integrated her charitable work with her business. And just to kind of give you a brief example of what she did is she actually, she's trying to circle prospect in a neighborhood, right? And so her thing was just kind of like, you know what, I'm not going to go knock on the door and I'm not going to say, hey, I'm a real estate agent. This is me. So what she basically did, her conversation starter was like, hey, I'm collecting quotes. And going from the conversation of I'm collecting quotes, built the relationship where she was able to get into that neighborhood. And this is like, I think it's Eagles Landing. It's about so many. And so she is farming that whole neighborhood just based on her conversation started of I'm collecting quotes. And she's saying that now she has like so many homes into that neighborhood. And then another one that someone else shared that I thought was really, really awesome, because my kids played sports before and I thought this was super cute. But basically what they do is that they partner with the recreation team at the youth center. And then for every touchdown a child makes, I think they probably offer like $10 or $100. But what was so clever about that is that every single time that child does a touchdown, we can say Tasha Jackson, touchdown or whatever. So they get that free marketing over, you know what I'm saying, broadcasting during the game. And I thought that was like pretty damn clever. So those are just a couple of things that I took away. I love the technology portion of it, and I definitely love the charitable thing, but most importantly, the whole networking aspect was it was everything for me.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Dewana, what about you? Dewana is supporting us. Dewana has been to Mega Camp, so she had a little head start. Yes? So, but this was even more.
This was on a broader scale. So if you guys know, one of my goals this year coming to KW was to experience everything KW has to offer. Because I listen to everyone say, oh, I love family reunion, I love Mega Camp. But I want to know what resonates with me as an individual and as an agent. So family reunion was amazing. It was at first because it was a large scale. But once I got over being overwhelmed with a lot of people there, what I truly love about family reunions is that they had so many different breakout sessions. I was able to gear it to me and how I'm running my personal business. And so I took advantage and made sure that the sessions that I did attend was something that would benefit me and only elevate my business. So I had the opportunity to, like, as a solo agent, the part of leverage, how so important leverage It's not just to my business, but even on my personal end. Sometimes just utilizing leverage personally, maybe having someone come clean our house once a month. Some little personal needs that also have an impact on us as our business. So I love that. The marketing, the branding of our business. I had an opportunity to phone calls. I make phone calls, just making sure that I'm in TCPA compliance, making sure when I'm making those phone calls that I'm doing it properly, so that it doesn't come back and cost me some money, the money that I'm making. I enjoy that, the door knocking. Oh my God. I'm a people person, so I like being out networking, finding my business that way. And it was just amazing. Like, we always think of the outcome. Don't think about the outcome. Think about the value we can bring to an individual. Just a little piece of value. Outcome is going to come. I mean, the outcome will come. We're going to make it, but just think about what we can do for our clients. So we don't know what the impact of a simple home ownership can mean to someone and to their lives. So, and it's simple. We overthink a lot of stuff. Just think about the simple things that we can do that can have a major impact on someone, and not just that individual, but have an impact on that person's family. Like, we don't realize how many people don't realize that they can be a homeowner. So just bringing that value, that's what I truly love, is that I was able to take advantage of family reunion and make it benefit and make sense to me as an individual. And the networking, the referrals. I ran into someone, so I utilize every time I would go out to eat, or I would get to a breakout session really early and communicate with the people who were around me. I'm literally at lunchtime exchanging information with another agent. I'm like, you're in my phone. He had gave me a referral. I had never met the individual.
Wow.
To connect. I met some amazing people from back home that we already have a little reunion plan there. And coming back home, I got a client who I'm scheduled to meet with on next week on an airplane.
She's like a magnet, y'all. The people are just drawn to her. She's so approachable, and think about, as you're just doing what you do. Are you approachable? Do you look approachable to people? Or is your energy just inviting to have somebody come? I sold people a house. I remember, the little license plate frame that says I'm a realtor? Here I am in the drive-through at McDonald's where I did not need to be. Nevertheless, in the drive-through window. And you know how to get to the little corner, you curve and turn around. And my window was down and they yelled out because they saw my license plate frame. I said, pull over and reserve, I'll be ready. And I ended up getting a client in the drive-through window because I must have looked approachable. I don't know. But are you available? Are you approachable? You cannot always be just knee-deep in your real estate transactions. You have to dedicate time block to work on your business, not just in your business all the time. If you never spend time to say, what is my business? People want to have a niche market. Take a look at the people that you have done transactions with, for those of you who have done them, and see, who are my clients over and over again? Do I have a lot of single women? Do I have a lot of single mothers? Do I have a lot of married couples? Do I have a lot of senior citizens? Who is my clientele? Because if you just go back and review who you already are working with, it's already going to be clear to you what your niche is. You just may never have studied it, but you have to come out of the transaction sometime, and they're going to be okay, and work on your business and not just in it. Dawn, what do you got?
Find something unique from my sisters who have shared so much. This was my third family reunion. of course, I was ready. I
Yeah, you was
anticipated
ready.
the crowd and everything. We had a 22-minute walk from the Luxor to the convention.
Every day, and back.
We did about 15,000 steps. Yeah, yeah. So it had an overwhelming element to it. But I think we all kind of just dove in. And something even outside of kind of the referral piece, I definitely, at the check-in, I met a great agent from Savannah.
Mhm.
We quickly connected and talked, not only like, vacation property, but just investment property in Savannah.
Mhm.
And just how different the price point is from here. And he really wanted to like, hey, come, let me show you what's available so that you can spread the word with your clientele. And that's in the check-in line
Mhm.
at Family Reunion. I made that contact, great contacts from Spain and Jamaica. Again, places that I can now introduce my clientele to
Mhm.
for investment opportunities. But outside of, getting to know, referral agents in other markets, I think one of the best things that happened for me was getting to know.
The bonding here.
Yes, like top tier, like, these folks are, they a good time. Adrian, I like her so much. And Adrian, you have to speak to your close friend that was kind of a part
Oh,
of our.
right.
You need to not been, I hope he's getting licensed, but, I think we all just bonded as a group. We had some really good quality time with each other, also with our business and hosting amazing. So
Yes.
also take this just as an opportunity. Coach Regina back there, got this, got you on another level too. Hey, did you remember? Yeah, no, we bonded on another level, so take advantage of that opportunity. So, your colleagues, your coworkers,
Yeah.
now, a lot of people I would definitely call friends, in this room. As far as true takeaways from breakout sessions and that kind of thing, everyone has really spoken on leverage quite a bit. And that can feel overwhelming in the sense you're thinking about paying people and what's that all gonna cost? Something that came across at least in 3 different, breakout sessions for me was this push to create an operations manual for your business. And it's literally something that I'm going to challenge myself with doing by the end of this quarter. Thank you. I got about 28 days. But it's everything, it's all of your processes. So it came across kind of at a high level in one session, and then the next session I was in was about win-win negotiations. And one of the panelists spoke to documenting your scripts and negotiations. Like someone should be able, my lovely friend here who played flag football and yeah. But Brittany, for that to happen to you and for you to be able to hand somebody your book of information, not only your database and how you touch your database, what your processes are around that, but if should something happen and you need to negotiate on my behalf, like how I run my business, how I look out for my clientele, and really adding those kind of scripts to your operation manual, just top tier. They were like, document everything you do so that you can literally grow your business, which is something you can pass on to the first assistant you hire. And it also should reflect your values of your business, just how you care for your clientele. So that got reiterated to me several times. Then a great quote that I got from the conference regarding your database is, if you aren't dating your database, someone else is.
Right.
Y'all,
Did y'all hear that?
Database cheating on me.
Mhm.
we can be coy about reaching out or feeling like it's been too long. And, I think we all have that anxiety of supposed to follow up and now I'm gonna make this uncomfortable call, take the call. Cause somebody is in their mailbox. I just shared with you guys about the farming I did. Those folks purchased those homes with some of their agents and still felt inclined to call me based on my postcard. So stay in touch with your database, and when you do have doubts, just assume somebody else trying to get your book. One other thing, I went to several luxury classes and they spoke of this professionalism, not using the word comps, use the word comparables. You assume people know what you're talking because it's your jargon, but like always take the opportunity to educate your clients at every level. So just amazing feedback. I could go on and on. I have notes for days, so I plan to condense it and definitely share it in our Facebook group so you all can see the sessions.
What they spoke of as well is how you show up. I think a lot of times we get caught up and we think that being in our street attire and everything is okay. If you want the next level, you have to show up as the next level.
Right.
And I think that the beginning of that starts even within our own.
Right.
Streetwear should not be on in our attire when it comes to the office, like even more so when we are dealing with our clients. It doesn't matter who you're serving, they can be $100,000 client to $1 million client. Millionaire services on every level.
Right.
No matter the dollar amount.
Right.
So I really want us to hear that and drive that, how we show up starts here first.
Right.
If we practice it here, it takes on its own nature outside. So keep that in mind as well, and you will attract the clients that you actually want. But we should definitely, what we do in the streets and how we perform in the streets, how we show up, that's something different. We all have a different lifestyle outside of this, but as professionals, there should be something at certain levels for
Absolutely.
everybody.
You guys, I was so proud to be there. This is just a portion of the people that attended. We had, as a new brokerage, we had 24 people in our group. Okay, 24. All right. So it's great, and we're sharing about what we witnessed on panels and what we brought back from breakout sessions. But my desire is to see our people on a panel and in a panel, leading a panel. That's what I want to see. So that means we have to implement the things that we're learning here today. You guys have got to get together. You know, one of the things about the collaboration is that maybe one person just really was good at one thing. And by themselves, that wasn't going to mean much. But to the other three, that one thing was the world. And then the other person had something else. And when they each collaborated and shared what they had, all of them were richer for having done it. And Rob Williams, who's, you know, he's a friend, and I remember meeting him years ago, but now his business earns in commission over $1 million annually. I don't mean sales volume. I mean commission sales, $1 million. And I know that it came as a result of what they shared, because I remember when it wasn't that. Okay, so anyway, Rocky. Now let me say this too before we hear from Rocky. You guys, these people invested a lot of money to come, and Dewana don't even like Las Vegas at all. She don't even like it. She hated like Las Vegas. She hated it and came. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, and Rocky hates crowds. What'd you say? They hate and she came. So she stepped outside of her comfort zone. Now I had my hand in her back real strong. Real strong. Did I, Rocky? Okay, talk to us.
Yeah, so as you heard, this is an overwhelming experience. So Merrill tried to prep her. And I said in the preparation strategy session we had, that this was not something that I would prepare. So I went home, I tried to do as much research and homework as I could, and then Gabby sent out the link with the breakout session. That just added to it. Because you're thinking like, okay, you guys are gonna have classes. There's gonna be a few offered at these times. When I tell you, when I started looking, the classes that were offered at 9:30, it just kept going. So it got to the point where I was like, oh my God, I don't even know where to go. What am I gonna do? So I'm thinking the night before we left, I'm on the plane. When we got there that Sunday, I kept looking at this list because I'm trying to figure out where am I going? And what am I doing? And that's just choosing the class itself. You're not even thinking about the venue and the math. So it's like, like you get overwhelmed easily. I was like, stop looking at this. You have to really embrace the opportunity.
Right.
Because focusing on this overwhelming aspect of it, I'm going to get in my own way. And I feel like a lot of times I run into issues that constantly self-sabotage.
There you go.
This was an easy moment for me to self-sabotage, but I did it.
You did not.
So I decided, what can I do that is a me thing that will help me get out of my own way? So if you follow me on social media, I get on video when I talk. Last minute, I decided I'm gonna order some mics. I'm gonna take my tripod, I'm gonna take my selfie stick. In order for me to get out of my own way, I have to do what comes naturally to me, which is to start conversations with people. So I decided, outside of wearing my shirt, like I had my shirt with my name and everything on the back, phone number, all of that. I decided that I'm going to step into this ocean of people and I'm just gonna start recording. And it allowed me to start conversations with people. So whether I was in the midst of the breakout session and people were moving up, it was a lot of people. I set that tripod up, I cut my mic on and I just started talking. And you'll be surprised at the amount of people that will see you talking and want to see what it is you're doing. They want to jump in the video. They want their moment. It allowed me to really take that opportunity to network with people and to start building relationships in that way. I would stand outside the breakout sessions I was getting ready to go into, and I would talk about the class that was about to start. I would get into my breakout session early. And then I would, stand in front of the screen with the title on it and just go around the room. And people would come up to me and they would start talking. They want to know where I'm from. They want to know who I service. But this also allowed me to get closer to like-minded individuals. Those classes are so catered to what it is your niche is and what it is you want to do. You're now connecting with people who think similar to you. So building those types of relationships, starting those conversations, that really helped me to get out of my own way. That was probably the most exciting part to me about the entire experience, was not just looking at the classes, but how specific the classes were to what it was I wanted to learn, and to get into them and see that some of them were very active. We don't get a lot of opportunity to see people do live script and role play. And I got that chance to really sit in those classes with some really great listing agents who would walk you through, or they even had recorded video where they did live presentations and where they role played and the different objections that they talked about and that they came across. So taking those opportunities, not just listen to them, but allow the class to end and then go up there and start talking to the presenters. I started recording them. I did an actual video where I talked to the vice president of Livian. So you guys know we do 6 personal perspectives. David comes in here, where Eric is the vice president of Libya, and I was in one of his sessions. And afterwards, I waited around and I got up there and I was able to interview him and talk to him about the different things that he covered in the class, his experiences at family reunion and things like that. So getting out of my own way and not really giving into the self-sabotage was probably the biggest thing I took away from this experience, because that was overwhelming. That was a lot. But I honestly say I'll do it again.
Awesome. I appreciate your vulnerability and your honesty, because, anything will work. It's not even about the tools, it's about what you do. Like my treadmill will work. And I get on it, and so many times, you guys, really. I do, I use it with my clients. It moves them forward. It makes them laugh, and then it makes them smile, right? Anyway, but, these are the things that we gotta use. Again, there were 24 people. Why can't we not have 50 people to go to Mega Camp? Why? You guys, they celebrated our market center at least 3 times globally at this conference. Why can't we have 50 people there? You guys, these people are aware of who you are. They are aware of who you are. And so it is easy to step into a room and say, you are from here. They already have a favorable opinion, and it's easy to get a referral or whatever it is that you want. You said you were from Louisiana, I'm from Kansas City. Go meet the people from where you came from, or where you've lived, or wherever people respect you, or where you went to college, or wherever. Meet those people. because people trust us, because we are keeping our name good and we are breaking records. Shonda.
Yeah.
What's happening? Come on, talk about it.
Because in one of my sessions, they talked about body language, tone, and words.
Come on.
But anyway, everybody pretty much said the same thing about being overwhelmed. I don't mind talking to folks, but I was also overwhelmed. It was a lot going on and also being short stature. It was like, I had to look up and grasp the air. But, this is my first time, going to family reunion and I learned a lot. I think one thing I did, I took, when I created my business plan for this year, I'm normally buyer heavy. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna be seller heavy this year. So then when I looked at the breakout or the session, I designed my plan or agenda based on how am I gonna show up as a listing agent? How am I gonna switch my business? And that's how I chose my classes that I was gonna attend. A lot of walking, I will say that. But one thing I took from one of the listing classes, and I have lots of notes too, so I don't mind sharing what I have. But as we talk to, actual sellers, they say objection is just a question to a seller. It's just answering that question. So knowing those questions will help us overcome those objections. So I definitely like that. One thing, another thing was Mel Robbins. She talked about the 4, 3, 2, 1, and that when you
Tell that real quick.
yeah, so when you come back with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that allows you to push through your task. So I tried that. Mine again, I don't fear. Yeah, your fear, right. And so it came out of that, her speaking, I too had microphones like Rocket did a little bit different. So I just went up and started interviewing folks or whatever. And I even broke people out of their shells who was, sitting there like, oh my God, I'm so glad you did that because I wasn't gonna speak to you or speak to anybody. So that was great. I connected with about 72 different agents. We actually did a referral back and forth just last night. I had lunch with an agent from Hawaii, so looking for that connection as well. And another thing is because of this, and Ms. Regina pushes us for productivity coaching. How can I be a coach if I'm not being coached? So I joined Mass Coaching. So I have to get out of just like Don talked about, making the connections with your colleagues. We sat in mastermind at lunch. So it didn't as what we wanted, but making connections. So we was able to share, what VA person you use, what transaction coordinator. So based on that, I went over to Cyber Backer, signed up for a VA.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then shout out to the difference. You're actually co-oping on the deal. It goes back to what you're saying, having leverage because she had her injury, but she was able to step in and make sure our deal flows good while I'm in Vegas. But overall, it's a great experience. I'll do it again. I'm looking forward to making camp too.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Nikita head. Yes.
Even what Roger was saying, how overwhelmed she was with selecting the breakout sessions and stuff like that, that was heavy for like a lot of us, right? Because you had at least 20 sessions at 9:45, another 50 at 11:45. But something with coaching, because it happened the same way for me. I'm being coached by Courtney Newsom, and I picked up the phone to say, what is this? What should I take? And because she has been coaching me, she was able to align me and send me in the direction of where I needed to go. Do not slip on coaching, period. I know we all have our, how we feel about it, the percentages and things of that nature. It's hands down prices, period. And like it's really no matter what level you're at. I feel like real estate, you're forever student.
Well, I mean, Tiger Woods has coaches,
Yes,
and he's been playing since he was what, 2 or 3? I mean, and he still got, and he played better than everybody, and has coaches, multiple coaches. So I think that, and this was my 19th time going to family reunion. So 19 times that I've done this, and it is not cheap ever, and Vegas is not cheap ever. And I go and I'm going to absolutely meet somebody who pays me back with a referral that covers the entire thing, and then maybe even something else, right? But it's all about what you manifest because you go there with that mindset. If you go there saying, oh, everything's high, oh, this, oh, that, it'll be exactly that for you. Nikita, what you got? We got just a few more minutes.
I'll be quick. This was my 5th or so, family reunion, and I think this was the most needed for me. because I didn't do as much as I usually do, and I was focusing on investing, and I just wanted to kind of get back in business. And so just to give two takeaways on what I focused on as a solo agent, and it's just really that it was a group of guys that spoke about doing over 60 million. And what they're doing is being a vendor and doing seminars. And that's something I was just telling my coach that I was going to do because I had read that somebody was connecting organically with people. So they would create this survey, and it's just, this is something simple that anybody can do wherever you are in business. You're just collecting a few pieces of information, and they're giving away like a Yeti cooler or something unique. And it's you'll put this out to your Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. Just do this survey. I'll be picking a winner live. And the questions are really just getting people to raise their hand, and it's collecting from the QR code to Google form. It's collecting your name, first name, email, phone number, and it's asking you questions to raise your hand. Are you interested in purchasing? And the questions are, well, the options are yes, right now, within 1 to 2 years, 3+ years, and no. And then the next one is, are you looking to sell? And that's yes, 1 to 2 years, 3 years plus, and no. And so this guy said that he had 271, I don't know if somebody else was in that class, people to take the survey. And that he did, from just this survey, he did over 40 transactions within 2 years. And so this is just, you just putting it out there to people on your Facebook. You got 5,000 friends. You can start it off by saying, if you were ever thinking about doing business with me, here's a chance to win a Yeti cooler. And it's just putting them in there. They can stay 2 years, and then you can reach back to them in 2 years and say, hey, you remember you took this survey, blah, blah, blah. So, and then the next part was the seminars. The same group of people, they are doing the seminars, and here's some, this is something that I definitely planned and had already started sketching out, but they gave some other ideas. And it's the same seminars, just reworded. So credit mastery. So this is just, it just depends on where you are, if you want to deal with people directly. Let's get them. Building wealth through real estate. It's the same home buyer, seminar, or seller, graduating into real estate. This is telling for college grads, down payment assistance, sellers, and buying investment properties. You'll have somebody here talking about hard money, DSCR, just getting people to raise their hand to come to you. So that's what I took away. But this was the best. I love Vegas, so this was the best family reunion. That's probably why y'all didn't see me. That's my spot. So I didn't sleep the whole time I was there. So I really been sleeping in these last couple of reunions. It was good.
So what I learned about Miss Cynthia, y'all, is she can really dance. Can she dance? She can do every line and pitch, Miss Cynthia.
I do what I can for the team.
What takeaway did you have from family reunion?
There was just so much that I learned, and it was so much I learned about myself. These young ladies, but they're all young and beautiful, talking about their steps. Well, unbeknown to me and Michael, they were at the total opposite of the strip. I was on the end with a Venetian and the Bellagio, and Steve, because my baby daddy getting the points, and we get to stay in the hotel, so much cheaper. So the very first day was Sunday when I flew in, and it was a race.
Yeah.
Unbeknown to me, that was not on the itinerary. And so the race shut down the whole strip.
Right.
There was no Ubers, no lifts, no shuttle bus, nothing. So I'm short, no, I'm height impaired. And so I said, Michael, I can see the Mandalay from here. So we kept walking. And we kept walking. And we kept walking. And I'm going, I know it's a shuttle bus. I go to Vegas all the time. Where is the bus? It's shut down. It's a race. It was called a rock and roll race. And people were there from all over the world, because I met a young lady from South Fulton. So we said, we ain't got no choice now. So we kept walking.
And we kept walking and we kept walking. That day we did 18,000 steps.
Wow.
And I'm a walker and I hike. So I'm not afraid of walking. The next day, Mr. Bolger knees had swollen. The next day, I was absolutely exhausted. And they had their calamities come up while we were there. The devil started getting me and my husband out the gate. I hadn't had not one side did I have a toothache. Then the toothache went to this side. And the doctors could not see me till March 29th. So they called me and said we had a cancellation. Asked me where I was when they told me this. In Mardi Gras.
Oh.
So Cynthia, yes, I'm speaking in third person, could have had her mouth fixed 3 weeks earlier, but I'm at Mardi Gras when they called me. They called me again. Miss Cynthia, we got a cancellation. Where was Miss Cynthia? I'm speaking in third person again. Oh Lord, honey, I'm in bed. So I can't get my mouth fixed. So we get on the plane and off the plane, and I have 3 kids and have tons of surgeries. My mouth is hurting me so bad, I'm ready to cry, and I have a high pain. My husband like, Lord, what I'm gonna do with her? I only have my Tylenol, my Tramadol, and I call urgent care. They were closed. And I called him an angel. Some doctor called me named Dr. Logan, said, I can help you. I said, Father God, I ran in the bush. So he called me in some antibiotic and he immediately started helping me. Then I said to you, Juana, the first day, I pushed.
I had no idea you went through any of that. I had no idea.
I didn't even get to the, so you didn't go. In the hallway. Now, I'm the mother of the office in case anyone don't know. I'm Mama Cynthia, I'm Miss Cynthia. I pray with everyone. They come give me my hug. Just call me Dora the Explorer. My backpack, my handbag, and my road suitcase, because they need snacks. They need hand sanitizer. I had rose in case you get cold. I knocked a few people around. I had everything. I had peanuts. I had everything because my sweetie pies need supplies. Not but I got to take care of mother. They didn't help me. They did because I needed all of my supplies. So by lunchtime, now I'm tired, I'm hurting, and it's attention deficit. I am sick. I said, Joanna, I'm getting sick. I'm having some challenges. I gotta take medicine. She said, listen, please go back to the room. My room on the other side. And I was tired of paying $20 back and forth. So I said, I'm gonna sit and listen to Tony. Y'all go up front and I sit on the back row because I'm leaving as soon as I go ready to go. So I sat on the back row. Oh my. And I never knew Tony's story. As long as he's been out, I've been following him. Yeah. And his story has blessed my soul. When he told us how poor he was and how hungry he was, and how Thanksgiving Day they had crackers and peanut butter. And he said the man was an angel came with the basket and his father's pride was turning it down. And I said, oh Lord, have mercy, don't be hungry. And he said, the man said to his father, don't let the children go hungry because of your pride and your ego. And my husband and I, when we were young, we started feeding soldiers in our 20s. And we didn't know that was ministry. So now we take food to the mission. And I said, I gotta up my game because my giving ain't enough. So he's telling me, I gotta bless more people and do more for the kingdom because I'm not doing enough. I have to do more for my siblings. All my siblings is in the 70s, one soon to be 80. And just little things me and my husband do, I gotta do more to help people. I really do. Now, y'all remember a few weeks we had the panel for coach and it was a pretty Asian woman here pregnant? Well, I'm her big sister because half the time I wasn't at the conference.
Oh, wow.
Because I had to take care of myself. So one day I went and got a patient. But that was, I thought that was the other thing to do, take care of myself. I have to take care of myself. If I don't take care of me. So I went and got a patient, me be going, I was there. I promise you I was there. But what I learned was my first panel and my last panel was where I needed to be. Because that's what they talked about, self-care, because I've been through health issues. And the reason I had health issues, because I was helping everybody else. And I forgot about me, so that caused me to go in the hospital. So that taught me, I gotta get me an ISA, already got a VA, but my VA is in the Philippines. I met a beautiful sister at the Black Amina. She owns a company and her people in Jamaica. So that's only 3 hours away versus what? So that I got a meeting with her. I got to do more leveraging out so that I don't have to do as much because I'm not getting no phone calls while I'm on vacation. First of all, I ain't answering them because I already told you I ain't gonna be available. So I also in this week, I'm coming back and a young man sitting next to me, he's a builder. So we already got collaborations and not knowing all his story, he shared some. I prayed with him on the plane and he was so grateful. He sent me a text. So we're meeting to collaborate. And I can help him.
We're gonna hear real briefly from Adrian, because Adrian, you guys, he decided to go 2 days before?
Last minute.
Okay, like 2 days before.
Like I think, did I push you to go?
You did, oh, yeah, you did. So
What I do?
So yes, I went last minute, guys. So I just joined KW back in September. And so I didn't know what to expect at all. So I push and I go, and in the meeting we had prior, they were trying to explain to us how we need to prepare, what we need to do, all these things. And so I'm like, so I didn't, yeah, I definitely didn't take heed to the advice, and was greatly overwhelmed when I got there. I learned I might have a fear of crowds or something, but a lot of people, a lot of folks. But I feel like my experience was good, but I feel like I can talk more of what you shouldn't do. And I mean, seriously, because I didn't take advantage really of it as I should have. So Vegas definitely got the best of me, a few nights, but one thing I learned and took away was that KW is so much bigger than what we imagine. Like to see KW in Japan, in Spain, and it was people at the conference, y'all, who like didn't even speak English, who was there. Like KW is so much bigger than just this office and just kind of what we know. So that was the biggest sort of takeaway for me. But I say if you go, definitely be intentional about the things you're gonna go to, what you're gonna do. And don't, because I came in there a couple of days and Rocky and Don, y'all gonna test, I'm dragging in there. So I wasn't. So definitely take advantage of it. Definitely know, hey, I'm gonna be intentional about this, and this. And yeah, Don wanted me to mention my friend. So my line brother lives in Vegas. So that was another reason I was a little distracted. But just how welcoming, yeah. So we was out, having fun. But he came to so many events and it's not even a realtor, not in real estate, just how welcoming, everyone was to him and everybody just kind of embraced him. He was one of us for that trip. So yeah, it was, great experience. I definitely would go again. But if I go again, I'm going to be intentional and I'm going to really make a plan. That's what I'm going to do. So, yeah.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. So you know what, you can go, this is what I do, so go 2 days before and do all of that. Then you can focus.
Yeah.
Right? Or stay after, you know, whichever you choose, and do what you're gonna do, and then you can focus. Yes, Kiara. Caesar? No, I don't see him.
Oh, and registration, I was in line, getting my badge and everything, and he said, you can put it in good, I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, y'all doing big things over here, y'all have some great people coming out of the office. So I know he must be magic, and he just was on and on, and he was like, you know, Caesar?
Wow.
I know, she really like, I just had a transaction with Caesar, and he was dynamite.
Wow.
And I took a picture with him, with the guy, I could not remember his name, but I told him, and he said it too, he was like, I'm gonna send this to Caesar, but people know it's this West thing that's going on, people are
They
recognizing
are.
who they're working with or whatever, just for him to get on the job that Caesar did
Mhm.
as the, other agent was major, he really did.
Well, this is being recorded, so we'll make sure that he sees everything. Kiara, you had a comment? So it is in Vegas again. And it's in February always, and so the dates haven't been released yet. And so this is what I want to really talk about. I wanna really encourage you guys to go. Like the bond that was formed with these people that went, it will never, you know, it just, you can't create that. And the things that were discussed, you know, you sat at the dinner table next to this person, so you just end up talking to them or whatever. Those things are priceless. You have to create business to be able to afford to go. So that means we gotta get in here and lead generate with Regina and come in here in the evening with Adrian and come in here and get your business up because it's our desire. Why couldn't we just have a whole group of people, you know, and walk up in there strong with our office? And, you know, we can get with our MCA and let's figure out how we can duck out of your check going along so that you are not overwhelmed, right? With a big expense at the end, and it's kind of like a little layaway to the conference, right? Gabby, what you got?
Nikki, of course.
Who did?
Maybe proud Fridays. And it's more of, it's 6,000 instead of 18,000 people, which is a lot, and it's in August. And so for one, it's more cost efficient, but Medicaid is coming up, it's what, August, they just released.
It's August, yes.
It's coming up in August. Also, when you have a closing, you absolutely can take the money out of the closing and put it in a liability account for you. And we just bring it to you when it's time for tickets to come out. I also wanted to say a huge thank you to Jerome.
Oh, yeah.
With vendor partners, everybody's like, take. He just gave and poured to our agents, took them out to lunch, spoiled and supported them. And we're super grateful. Thank you, Jerome.
Thank you.
I do have one other thing, Keller Williams, when Gary put out the value too, knowing our value proposition, is as you stated, you know, we paid whatever the settlement was to move us forward, but anything going forward, you get in trouble, it's on you. So make sure. So get in there, I think March 7th is the first one. It's like 4 different sessions he has where they're gonna teach us about how to do, you know, say our value proposition. So make sure you get in there, so you can be transparent to your buyers and get these buyers, brokerage agreements signed. So don't get caught with your pants down because he ain't doing.
Right. Nikki had a question. I didn't go to that. I didn't, but we can find out who that was and we can get you connected. Yeah, with John Clyde, there's going to be another dual career, like several weeks. Gabby, what's the deal with that with Keith and John?
Yes, they have one, but it already started.
Okay, it already started yesterday, didn't it?
Yes. Keith, while that family reunion agreed to.
Come here. He did. Well, first of all, you guys, thank you guys so much for investing in yourselves and joining me. Yeah. You guys were awesome to hang out with and y'all can really, woo. You know,
That's the party guy right there.
there.
No.
That's the party.
Oh, okay, just stay there. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you guys. Does anybody have anything that they would like to share? We are almost done.
Can I say something on this?
Come on, Willie. Y'all, Willie is cousin Willie from Midtown.
Yeah.
Brokenwood.
Yeah. Those who I don't know, and to all I do, hello, I'm Willie Jones the third. And I am a real estate wealth advisor and coach here in Atlanta. And so, y'all my cousins, and this is I call it my home church, so praise the Lord. But just to tell you, this is my third family reunion. And I just want you all to know that your office, your leaders and your agents, and we just heard somebody say that genuinely is being spoken not only around Atlanta, not only around this country, but around the world. And when you talk about unprecedented, what's happening right here, I hope that you all understand and feel what is happening. If you don't, let me tell you from the outside, okay? You all are forced to be reckoned with. You all have top-notch leaders. You all have access to resources that people at other brokerages wish they had. They can't even think about it. When somebody said you went, when you're sitting literally next to multimillionaires who, and I will say this, I've been to lunch with Merrill too many times. I went out with Toshma while we were there. You have access to people. I don't mind going to lunch. I gotta eat. I don't like to eat. You all have access in our network to tap into network. People who, that's the culture of Keller Williams. We are able to share. How did you make